Hello viewers, welcome to May June 2010 WAEC, also known as WASI, past questions and detailed solution, general mathematics, mathematics core paper 1, objective test, questions 1 to 50, solution to 50 questions in one video. Question 1. Simplify 0.000215 times 0.000028 and express your answer in standard form. Solution. You can do this in two ways. The first way is to convert each number from decimal form to a whole number. That gives this result and this result. For you to convert this one, you need to move out the point 6 times for you to have 215. When you are moving at the point, you multiply by 10. The number of times the point is moved becomes the power to base 10. The first number, you move the point about 6 times. The power is negative because the movement is forward. When the movement is forward, the power is negative. If it is backward, the power is positive. If you do the same thing for this, you have this result. You multiply 215 by 28. That gives 6020. By the law of indices, number with the same basis when multiplied, their powers are added. To have the result in standard form, the point needs to be between 6 and 0. The point is already at the end of the number. If you move the point to between 6 and 0, you have 6.020. Here, moving from right to left, that is backward, the power is positive. The movement is 3 times. So you have times 10 to the power of 3 times the existing base and power. From the same law of indices, if you add 3 to minus 12, you have minus 9. Alternatively, you can multiply the two numbers and you have this result. For you to have the answer in standard form, the point needs to be between 6 and 0. If you move the point to between 6 and 0, you have 6.02. The movement is about 9 times. So times 10 to the power of minus 9 because the movement is forward. If it is forward from left to right, the power is negative. If it is backward from right to left, the power is positive. D is the correct option. Question 2. Factorize s plus y minus as minus ay. This is factorization by grouping. You have the given expression. You take the first and third term as one group, second and fourth term as the second group. From the first group, if you factor out s, you have this result. From the second group, you factor out y, you have this result. Clearly, 1 minus a is common. If you take it out, s plus y combine to form the other factor. Alternatively, you can see that the third and fourth term, they have letter a in common. So let's take first and second term as first group, third and fourth term as second group. From the first group, nothing is common. You factor out 1. From the second group, minus a is common. You factor it out, you have this result. Again, s plus y is common. If you take it out, this 1 and minus a combine to form the other factor. C is the correct option. Question 3. In the diagram, angle PSRO is 22 degrees, angle SPQ 58 degrees, and angle PQRO equal to 41 degrees. Calculate the obtuse angle QROS. This is the obtuse angle. The other one is reflex angle. But for you to get the obtuse angle, the reflex angle is needed. So we have the reflex angle QROS plus the obtuse angle QROS is equal to 360 degrees, sum of angles at a point. But if you add all the angles in the figure, the sum is 360 degrees, sum of angles in a quadrilateral. So you have the reflex angle and the other three angles. That simplifies to this. If you make the reflex angle the subject, you have this expression when you subtract 239 degrees. Back to this expression, the reflex angle is 239 degrees plus the obtuse angle equal to 360 degrees. If you make the obtuse angle the subject now, you have this expression, and that is 121 degrees. C is the correct option. The bar chart shows the marks distribution in an English test. Use it to answer questions 4 and 5. Question 4. If 50% is the pass mark, how many students passed the test? Solution. From the mark axis, those that score 50 marks plus those that scored 65 marks and those that scored 80 marks, they all pass. So those that score 50, they are 45 in number. This is the bar for 50 marks. You trace to the frequency axis, that is 45. Those that scored 65, they are 25 in number. Those that scored 80, they are 15 in number. When you add together, you have 85. So 85 students pass the test. B is the correct option. Question 5. What percentage of the students had marks ranging from 35 to 50? To do this, we need to get total students. You do that going by the marks that they scored. Those that scored 20 marks, they are 20. Those that scored 35 marks, they are 35. Those that score 40 marks, they are 40. Those that score 50 marks, 45. Those that scored 65 marks, 25. Those that scored 80 marks, they are 15. So when you add together, you have 180. Students ranging from 30 to 50 marks. That is from here, 35 to 50 marks from here to this point. Such students, they are 35 plus 40 plus 45. That is 120. So percentage becomes 120 over total students, 180 times 100%. That reduces to this. You get this. When you express as mixed fraction, you have 66 whole number, 2 over 3%. D is the correct option. Question 6. A car uses 1 liter of petrol for every 14 kilometers. If 1 liter of petrol costs 63 naira, how far can the car go with 900 naira worth of petrol? Solution. From the question, the cost of 1 liter is this. Now, let us find out how many liters can this amount buy. That is simply 900 liters over 63. So we'll convert this one to kilometer. From the question, 1 liter is equal to 14 kilometers. Therefore, 900 over 63 liters in kilometer becomes 900 over 63 times 14. If you multiply and divide, you have 200 kilometers. D is the correct option. Question 7. Correct 0.002473 to 2 significant figures. Now, to 3SF. 3SF means the third non-zero number from the left. Such digit is 7. The next number is 3. It is less than 5. You round it down to 0. If you add 0 to this 3, to this 7, it remains the same. So you have 0.00247 to 3SF. C is the correct option. Question 8. Simplify this. You have the combination of mixed fractions and proper fractions. Solution. You need to convert the mixed fractions to improper fractions, precisely these two fractions, and you have this result. You have 3 operations: addition, multiplication, and subtraction. From the rule of Bodmer's, you need to resolve multiplication first. So 3 cancel 3, you are left with 7 over 5. You can combine the last 2 operations together, that is addition and subtraction. You find the LCM to be 4. You divide 4 by 2. You have 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Divide 4 by this 4, you have 1. 1 times 7 is 7. Divide 4 by 2, you have 2. 2 times 1 is 2. You have plus minus there. If you add and subtract, you have 11 over 4. To mixed fraction, you have 2 whole number 3 over 4. D is the correct option. Question 9. The sum of 2 consecutive numbers is 5 over 6 of their product. That is equal to, find the numbers. Solution. Consecutive numbers are numbers that follow natural order, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But because you don't know which one to take, you have to assume, let the first one be S. If they follow order of 1, 2, 3, 4, if the first one is S, the second one becomes S plus 1. So their sum is this, and is equal to 5 over 6 of their product. This is their product, multiply it by 5 over 6. If you add the left hand side, you have 2s plus 1. If you multiply the right hand side, you have these results. Multiply through by 6 to clear fraction, you have this result. If you expand the 2 brackets, you have 12s plus 6 equal to 5s squared plus 1. Already you have quadratic equation. To factorize, one of the sides needs to be 0, so transfer these 2 terms to the right hand side. So already you have 5s squared plus 5s there. You transfer plus 12s becomes minus 12s. Transfer plus 6 becomes minus 6, then equal to 0. If you add like terms, precisely these two, you have this result. Solve by factorizing. To do that, A is equal to 5, B is equal to minus 7, C is equal to minus 6. Whenever A is not equal to 1, you need to get AC. So AC is minus 30. To factorize, look for two factors of 30 that the sum is minus 7, the coefficient of the middle term, and the product is minus 30. Such factors must be minus 10 plus 3 in S. You express the factors in terms of S and replace the middle term with them in this form. The purpose is to have 4 terms so that you factorize by grouping. The first 2 terms, first group, the last 2 terms, second group. From the first group, 5s is common. If you factor it out, you have this result. From the second group, 2 is common. You factor it out, you have this result. Clearly, s minus 2 is common. If you take it out, you have 5s plus 3 combined to form the other bracket equal to 0. You equate each term to 0. If you transfer the respective constant terms, you have this result. So therefore, s is equal to 2. Here you divide through by 5, or minus 3 over 5. One of the numbers is s equal to 2. Let's take the positive number. The other is s plus 1. That is 2 plus 1 equal to 3. Therefore, the two numbers are 2, 3. C is the correct option. Question 10. What is the value of m in the diagram? Solution. In the diagram, the two angles are equal. That is, 4m minus 15 degrees equal to m plus 75 degrees, vertically opposite angles. If you collect like terms, you have this result. If you subtract, 3m is equal to 60 degrees. Divide through by 3, m is equal to 20 degrees. A is the correct option. Pythagoras Simplified Maths. If you are watching and view from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates, like and share PSM videos. If you are watching and view from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 11. In the diagram, Q arrow is parallel ST. If PQ is equal to P arrow and angle PST is equal to 75 degrees, find the value of y. Solution. Because Q arrow is parallel ST, this angle PQ arrow is 75 degrees, corresponding angles. Secondly, because PQ is parallel P arrow, it means triangle PQ arrow is isosceles triangle. For that reason, the base angles are equal. That is what you have here. Now, this angle plus y is equal to 180 degrees, sum of angles on a straight line. If you make y the subject, you have 180 degrees minus 75 degrees equal to 105 degrees. A is the correct option. Question 12. A casting is made up of copper and zinc. If 65% of the casting is zinc, and there are 147 grams of copper. What is the mass of the casting? The total casting is 100%. Therefore, percentage of zinc plus percentage of copper is equal to 100%. We need percentage of copper, and that is 100 minus 65 equal to 35%. So 35% of copper is 147 grams. Now, mass of the casting is 100%. Let it be S gram. So you match this to this, form of cross multiplication, and you match this to this. That is what you have here. If you make S the total mass, the subject, you have this result. If you multiply and divide, you have 420 grams. B is the correct option. Question 13. Given that P is equal to this and Q is equal to this, there are two sets where S is an integer. Find the number of elements in P intersection Q. Solution. This is set P. By the given symbol of inequality, 1 and 6 are inclusive. This is set P. By the given symbol of inequality, 2 and 10 are not inclusive. You list the elements between 3 and 9. This is the intersection, the common elements to set P and Q. This N means number of elements in the intersection. There are 4 in numbers. A is the correct option. Question 14. The sum of 6 and 1/3 of S is 1 more than twice S. Find S. Solution. From the first line, the sum of 6 and 1/3 of S, that is 6 plus 1 over 3S, is equal to 1 more than twice S. Twice S means 2S. More than 1 is plus 1. That is what you have here. Multiply through by 3 to clear fraction. You have this result. Alright, you collect like terms. You have this result. If you subtract, you have 15 equal to 5S. Divide through by 5. S is equal to 3. C is the correct option. Question 15. Given that T is equal to this set where S is an integer, what is N of T? That is number of elements in set T. By the given range of inequality and the symbols that you have, -2 is not inclusive, but 9 is inclusive. So you start listing from -1, 0, 1 till 9. If you count all the elements in this set, they are 11. C is the correct option. Question 16. Solve the inequality 3 bracket open S plus 1 bracket close less than equal to 5 bracket open S plus 2 bracket close plus 5. You just need to open the brackets by using 3 to multiply. You have this result. You use 5 to multiply. You have this result plus 15. The next thing is to collect like terms. Now 10 plus 15 is 25. If you transfer plus 3 becomes minus 3. Already 3s is here. You transfer plus 5s becomes minus 5s. If you subtract, you have minus 22s less than minus 2s less than or equal to 22. To get s, divide both sides by minus 2. Because you are dividing both sides by minus 2, the symbol of inequality changes. So s is greater than or equal to 22 over minus 2. So s is greater than or equal to minus 11. D is the correct option. Question 17. An empty rectangular tank is 250 cm long and 120 cm wide. If 180 liters of water is poured into the tank, calculate the height of the water. The given dimensions suggest that the tank is in the form of a cuboid. So the amount of water inside reveals the volume of water in the tank. So volume of cylinder is volume of cuboid is length times breadth times height. That is 250 times 120 times height unknown. The volume is given in terms of liter. So you have 180 liters equal to the right hand side. To convert this to cube centimeters, because of the other units attached to the length and the width, you multiply 180 liters by 1000 cube centimeters to convert it to centimeters. So you have it in this form, equal to the right hand side. To make h the subject, divide through by the product of these two numbers. That is what you have here. If you reduce, you get this. You reduce again, you get this. If you multiply and divide, you have 6 cm as the height of water in the tank. Question 18. Given that 5 to the power of n plus 3 over 25 to the power of 2n minus 3 is equal to 5 power 0, find n. One way of doing this is to express all the bases to the common base of 5. So you express 25 as 5 square. If you evaluate the left hand side, the bases are the same. You need to subtract the powers because of division law of indices. When numbers with the same bases are divided, their powers are subtracted. So you start with the power of the base in the numerator, that is n plus 3. Then this is minus for the division. So if you expand this power here, you have 4n minus 6 equal to 5 power 0. The bases are the same. If you equate them, you are left with the powers. Meanwhile, minus sign will open this bracket and you have minus 4n plus 6. If you add, plus 3 plus 6 is plus 9. If you transfer it, it becomes minus 9. Now n minus 4n is minus 3n. Divide through by minus 3, n is equal to 3. You can well follow this approach. 5 power 0 is 1. Then you cross multiply and also express to base 5, the common base to 5 and 25. If you do that, you will have n equal to 3. That means C is the correct option. Question 19. The table shows the number of pets kept by 30 students in a class. If a student is picked at random from the class, what is the probability that he or she kept more than one pet that is greater than 1? So probability more than one pet is expressed in this form. That means those that kept 2 pets plus 3 pets plus 4 pets, their respective probabilities. Those that keep 2, they are 5, plus those that keep 3, they are 10, plus those that kept 4, they are 3. Those that kept 2, they are 5. Those that kept 3, they are 10. Those that kept 4, they are 3 over total students. So you add in this form, that is 18 over 30, which reduces to 3 over 5. If you divide through by 6, C is the correct option. Question 30. Simplify 2 root 3 minus 6 root 3 plus 3 root 27. This is the given problem. To have a balanced fraction, you can write the first term as over 1. This is already in simplest form. If you express root 27 in basic form, you have 3 root 3. Now you have subtraction and addition. You find the LCM, that is 3 root 3. If you divide 1 by 3 root 3, you have 3 root 3 multiplied by 2 root 3. 2 times 3, 6. Root 3 times root 3 is root 9, and that is 3. So you have 6 times 3 minus, if you divide 3 root 3 by root 3, you have 3 times 6 in this form. If you divide 3 root 3 by 3 root 3, you have 1. 1 times 3 is 3. If you multiply and subtract, in fact, this removes this. You are left with 3 over 3 root 3. By the time 3 cancel 3, you have 1 over root 3. If you rationalize using root 3 to multiply both numerator and denominator, you have this result. Now, alternatively, you can also do it in this form. You rationalize each term. First, 3 remove 3, you have this result. If you rationalize this by using root 3 to multiply 6 and root 3, you have this result. If you also rationalize the last fraction, you have this result. Now, the LCM is 3. If you carry out the usual procedures, you have this result. Now, this will cancel this. You are left with root 3 over 3. You can factor out 1 over 3, and you have it in this form. B is the correct option. Pythagoras Simplified Maths. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates, like and share PSM videos. If you are watching and viewing from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 21. In the diagram, triangles HKL and HIJ are similar. Which of the following ratios is equal to LH over JH? Solution. the two triangles are already similar. You have it that angle HLK is equal to angle HJI, and that is S degrees. It therefore means that this angle is also equal to this angle. That is the meaning. Hence, LH, that is LH over JH, is simply equal to KH over IH, and that is equal to KL over IJ or JH. But we are interested, okay, so if you compare all the sides, we have this that is similar to this, and you have option A as the correct option. Question 22. In the diagram, the tangent MN makes an angle of 55 degrees with the chord PS. If O is the center of the circle, find angle arrow PS. That is arrow PS. So let us join these together for us to form a triangle with arrow PS. That is what you have here. Now this angle is equal to 55 degrees alternate segment. Secondly, if O is the center, it means P arrow is a diameter, and angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees. Hence, angle PS arrow is equal to 90 degrees. This is the angle we are looking for. So in triangle PS arrow, if you add the three angles, the sum is equal to 180 degrees. You have it in this form. When you add, you get this result. If you make angle arrow PS the subject, you have 180 degrees minus 145 degrees, and that is 35 degrees. C is the correct option. Question 23. Simplify this. What you have is fraction addition. The denominators are different terms. Their LCM becomes their product. So if you divide the LCM by the first denominator, you have 2 minus s multiply the first numerator. If you divide the same LCM by the second denominator, you are left with 2 plus s times the second numerator. If you open the respective brackets, you have this result. Clearly, minus 2s plus 2s is equal to 0. 4 plus 4 is 8 over 4 minus s squared. B is the correct option. Question 24. A rectangle has length SCM and width S minus 1 cm. If the perimeter is 16, find the value of S. Perimeter of a rectangle is equal to 2 bracket open length plus breadth. The length is 16 equal to 2. The perimeter is 16 equal to 2. The length is S plus the breadth S minus 1. S minus 1. If you divide through by 2, you have 8 equal to, you add the terms in the bracket, you have 2s equal to 1. If you collect like terms, you have 8 plus 1 equal to 2s. That simplifies to 9 equal to 2s. Divide through by 2. S is equal to 9 over 2, and that is 4 whole number 1 over 2. C is the correct option. Question 25. Given that tan s is equal to 1, where 0 degrees less than equal to s less than equal to 90 degrees, evaluate 1 minus sine square s over cos s. Solution. Before now, anytime we are faced with problems like this, we always draw a triangle to illustrate the information so that we can get other ratios. Because of tan s equal to 1, we may not have to do that, but let's do it this way. Tan s equal to 1. You can get s by taking the inverse of tangent of 1, that is 45 degrees. Now sin s is the same as sine 45 degrees, and from special angles of trigonometry you have 1 over root 2. If you rationalize this, you have this result. Then square of it, because you have square in that part of it. So if you square this term, you simply have 2 over 4, and that is 1 over 2. Now let's get 1 minus sine square s. That is 1 minus 1 over 2. It is equal to 1 over 2. We get cos s to be cos 45 degrees. That is 1 over root 2. When rationalized, you have root 2 over 2. This is the whole expression. The numerator is this. Divide by denominator this. The visual sign changes to multiplication. You have to invert this fraction to this form. Clearly 2 will cancel 2, and you have 1 over root 2. When rationalized again, you have root 2 over 2. For you to rationalize, you use the denominator root 2 to multiply both numerator and denominator. C is the correct option. Question 26. If sine 3y is equal to cos 2y and 0 degrees less than equal to y less than equal to 90 degrees, find the value of y. This is the given equation. From complementary angles and identity, from that complementary angle, you have it that sine theta is equal to cos 90 minus theta. Now let's come here. We replace theta with 3y. You have this expression. Now you have this to be cosine. This is also cosine. You can see that sine 3s equal to sine 3s. You equate the other sides and you have this result. By the time you equate cosine, you have 2y equal to 90 minus 3y. If you transfer minus 3y to the other side, you have this result. If you add, you get this. Divide both sides by 5 to get y. Y is equal to 18 degrees. Y is equal to 18 degrees. A is the correct option. Question 27. The sum of the exterior angles of n-sided convex polygon is half the sum of its interior angle. Find n. Sum of exterior angles is 360 and 60 degrees. Sum of interior angles is n minus 2 times 180 degrees. From the question, the sum of the exterior angle is equal to half, that is 1/2, times the sum of interior angles. You have it in this form. You can multiply through by 2 to clear fraction, or you divide 180 and 2 by 2. Here becomes 90 degrees. At this point, you can divide through by 90 degrees. Here becomes 4. If you divide this by 90 degrees, and here is n minus 2. Transfer minus 2 to the left hand side. You have 4 plus 2 equal to n. Therefore, n is equal to 6. A is the correct option. Question 28. What is the length of a rectangular garden whose perimeter is 32 cm and area is 39 square centimeters? Solution. Perimeter of the rectangle is this, and the perimeter is 32 cm. The length and the breadth are unknown, so you have it in this form. Divide through by 2. 16 is equal to length plus breadth. You call that equation 1. Area is length times breadth. The area is 39 equal to LB. You call that equation 2. You have two equations. One is linear, the other one is non-linear. You have to start from the linear equation, and you make any of the variable the subject. So from equation 1, when you have linear and non-linear equations to be solved together, you have to start from the linear equation. From equation 1, here make the breadth the subject. You have 16 minus L. You call that equation 3. You have to substitute equation 3 into equation 2 to continue with the solving process. This is equation 2. Anywhere you see B, replace it with 16 minus L. When you expand the right hand side, you get this result. This is already a quadratic term. So you transfer all the terms in the right hand side to the left. So you have plus L squared. You transfer plus 16L, you have minus 16L. Already plus 39 is there. You have it as plus 39 equal to 0. You need to factorize to continue the solving. To factorize, look for two factors of 39 that the sum is minus 16. Such factors are minus 13, minus 3. You express the factors in terms of L, the variable of interest, and you replace the middle term with them in this form. The purpose is to have 4 terms so that you factorize by grouping. 2 terms to a group. You factorize, you have this result. If you take out the common term again, you have this result. You equate each term to 0, you have this, and the length is equal to 3 or 13. And you are asked to find the length. From the various options, we have 13 as the length. That is option C. Question 29. If y is equal to this, make s the subject of the formula. This is the given formula. First, clear the fraction by using 3n to multiply through. You have this result. To get this term, divide through by 2. You have this result. For you to get s squared first, you need to remove the square root from here. The only way is to square both sides. If you square both sides, you have this result. So as you open this bracket using square, you as well transfer plus m. It becomes minus m. So 3 squared is 9, y squared n squared over 4. That is 2 squared. Let's make m over 1. If you find the LCM and simplify, you have this result. To get s from s squared, you need to take the square root of both sides. That is what you have here. 4 is a perfect square. You can take the square root. So the square root now affects only the numerator over 2. The numerator is an expression, so you cannot take the square root directly. So by this, B is the correct option. B is the correct option. Question 30. The nth term of the sequence -2, 4, -8, 16 is given by dash. Solution. If you look at the terms in the sequence, you can express all to base 2. No doubt. What of the minus? You must put it into consideration. If you raise the first term to the power of 1, it is the same. If you raise the first term to the power of 2, you have the second term. If you raise the first term to the power of 3, you have the third term, and so on. So you have power 1, power 2, power 3, power 4. There is order. So you can take it to be n, so that when n is 1, you have this term. When n is 2, you have this term. When n is 3, you have this term. When n is 4, you have this term. By this is the nth term, and B is the correct option. Pythagoras Simplified Maths. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Like and share PSM videos. If you are watching and viewing from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 31. In the diagram, O is the center of the circle. Angle SQR 60 degrees. Angle SPRY. Angle SOR 3S. Find the value of S plus Y. Y is equal to 60 degrees. Angles in the same segment. 3S is equal to 2 times 60 degrees. Angle at center is equal to twice angle at circumference. Divide through by 3. You have S equal to 2 times 20 degrees, and that is 40 degrees. S plus Y is equal to 40 degrees plus 60 degrees, and that is 100 degrees. B is the correct option. Question 32. How many times correct to the nearest whole number will a man run round a circular track of diameter 100 meters to cover a distance of 1000 meters? Solution. Number of times is equal to total distance over circumference of the circular track. That is a circle. Total distance is 1000 meters. Circumference of a circle is 2 pi r or pi d. So pi is 3.142 times 100 diameter, you have 314.2. So therefore, number of times is 1000 divided by 314.2, and that gives this approximately 3 times. A is the correct option. Question 33. The shaded portion in the diagram is the solution of, you have the diagram, we have 2 points of intersection. You have the y-intercept and the s-intercept. So we need to form an equation first. After the equation, you convert it to inequality. That is what we need to do. So the broken line intersects both axes at 3 in the lower region. This implies the use of less than broken line in the lower region. The equation of the line is obtained using this. When you have 2 intercepts, y and s axis. From the diagram, a is 3 and b is 3. You have it in this form. Multiply through by 3 to clear fractions, you have this result. To inequality, you have s plus y less than 3. B is the correct option. Question 34. In the diagram, EF is 8 cm, FG is SCM, GH equal to S plus 2 cm. Angle EFG 90 degrees. If the area of the shaded portion is 40 square centimeters, find the area of triangle EFG. That is the unshaded part. Area shaded is half times base times height. That is 1/2. The base is s plus 2 for the shaded part. The height is also 8. Now the area is 40. Divide 8 by 2. You have 4 times s plus 2. Divide through by 4. You have 10 equal to s plus 2. Transfer plus 2. You have 10 minus 2 equal to s. Therefore, s is equal to 8. Area of triangle EFG is the same half times base times height. Now the base is s, that is 8, times height 8, then the half multiplies everything. So you have it in this form. 8 times 8 is 64. Divided by 2, you have 32 square centimeters as the area. D is the correct option. Question 35. In the diagram, GI is a tangent to the circle at H. If EF is parallel GH, calculate the size of EFH. That is this angle. If we are able to get this angle and you add the 3 angles on the straight line, the sum is 180. Now this angle is 54 degrees, alternate angles. This angle also is equal to this angle, 54 degrees, angles in the same segment. So on the straight line, if you add the 3 angles, the sum is 180 degrees. You replace the other 2 angles with their respective values. If you add, you get this result. If you make angle EHF the subject, you have 180 degrees minus 108 degrees, and that is 72 degrees. B is the correct option. Question 36. Bala sold an article for 6,900 naira and made a profit of 15%. If he sold it for 6,600 naira, he would make a dash. For you to compute the second part, you need the cost price, which is obtained from the first statement. So we have percentage profit to be this. From the first statement, the profit in percent is 15. If you convert it from percent, you have 15 over 100. Selling price is 6,900 minus cost price over cost price. If you cross multiply, you have this result. If you open the bracket, you have this result. If you collect like terms, you have this result. After addition, you have this result. Divide both sides by 115 to get the cost price to be 6,000 naira. For the second part, the cost price is 6,000, selling price is 6,600. Selling price is greater than cost price, therefore profit is made. You use the same percentage profit formula. If you replace the selling price and cost price and simplify and divide, you have 10% profit. C is the correct option. Question 37. In the diagram, angle ROS is 36 degrees and angle POQ is 3S. Some construction lines are drawn. Calculate the value of S. From the diagram, OP bisects angle ROS. For that reason, angle POS is half of angle ROS. You have it in this form, that is 33 degrees. So therefore 3S is equal to 33 degrees. That is this angle now, half of it. So if you divide through by 3, S becomes 11 degrees. B is the correct option. Question 38. The mean age of arrow men in a club is 50 years. Two men ages 55 and 63 left the club, and the mean age reduced by 1 year. Find the value of arrow. From the first statement, mean age is equal to sum of ages over number of men. The mean age is 50, sum of ages unknown over arrow. So sum of ages, the same as total ages, is equal to 50 times arrow. Two men left the club, so you have to subtract their ages from the total ages. You have it in this form, and this new mean age is new total ages over number of men, now arrow minus 2. Two men left, and the mean age reduced by 1. So here becomes 59. Here it was 40. Two men left, and the mean age reduced by 1. It becomes 49, equal to this. If you cross multiply, you have this result. You open the bracket and you collect like terms. Therefore, arrow is equal to 20. Arrow is equal to 20. B is the correct option. The table is for the relation y equal to ms plus c, where m and c are constants. Use it to answer questions 39 and 40. Let's take 39. What is the equation of the line described in the table? The equation is this. We need m and we need c. M is the gradient. So this is the formula for the gradient. You take any 2 points. So let's use this as the second coordinate. This is the first coordinate. So this is s1 y1 s2 y2 in this form. So the gradient is 1/2. Next, find c using any point with the gradient. So we take the first point, s equal to 0, y equal to 1. This is the gradient. You have to put everything in the equation to get c. Now y is 1. The gradient is 1/2. S is 0. So this term becomes 0. It means that c is equal to 1. The equation is y equal to m 1/2 times s plus c. That is 1. So D is the correct option. Question 40. What is the value of s when y is 5? You simply write the equation and replace y with 5 to solve for s. Multiply through by 2 to clear fraction. If you transfer plus 2, you have it in this form, and s is equal to 8. A is the correct option. Peter calls simplified maths. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates, like and share PSM videos. If you are watching and viewing from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 41. The diagram below is a net of a right rectangular pyramid. Calculate the total surface area. Solution. From the diagram, these two triangles are equal and these two triangles are also equal. Now, total surface area is equal to sum of the area of the triangles plus area of the rectangle. To get the sum of the area of the triangles, from here, once you get the area of one triangle multiplied by 2, that becomes the area of the two triangles. The same thing you do for these two triangles. So from here, the total surface area becomes 2 times area of triangle PTQ plus 2 times area of triangle QUR. That 2 is because the two triangles are equal, plus area of rectangle PQRS. Let's get the height of triangle PTQ. Now, this is the given height, but from that height, the width of the rectangle is not needed. So you subtract 5 from 13. After doing that, the remaining height is for the two triangles. But because we need the height of PTQ, you divide it by 2 after subtracting 5 from 13. That is 8/2, and you have 4 cm. For the height of triangle QURO, the same thing. This is the height for this triangle QURO. The length of the triangle of the rectangle is not needed, so you subtract 8 from 16 and divide by 2 as well to have 4 cm. So therefore, total surface area is 2 times the area of the first triangle. That triangle, the base is high, the base is 8 and the height is 4. The second triangle, that is QURO, the base is 4, the base is 5 and the height is 4. This is the area of the rectangle, length times breadth. When you simplify, you have 32 plus 20 plus 40, that is 92 square centimeters. 2 cancel 2, you have 32. 2 cancel 2, you have 20 remaining. 8 times 5 is 40. C is the correct option. Question 42. The diagram shows a rectangular cupboard from which a semicircle is cut off. Calculate the area of the remaining part. Solution. Area of remaining part is equal to area of rectangle minus area of semicircle. It follows that for the rectangle, you have length times breadth minus, for the semicircle, 1 over 2 pi r squared. From the diagram, if you close this distance, it becomes the diameter of the semicircle. And to get it, you have to subtract the sum of 4 from 22. If you trace up 4, then you also have 4. This remaining place becomes 22 minus 8, and that is 14 cm as the diameter of the semicircle. Radius of semicircle is diameter divided by 2, that is 7 cm. Therefore, area of remaining part is equal to area of rectangle. The length is 22 times breadth 8 minus area of semicircle 1 over 2 times pi 22 over 7 times radius, that is 7 square. That simplifies to this and you have 99 square centimeters. B is the correct option. Question 43. The subtraction below is in base 7. Find the missing number. You can get that number by considering this column. Now, 1 minus 6 cannot. You come here and borrow. Here remains 4. Because you are dealing with base 7, that one you borrow, when it gets here, it becomes 7. 7 plus 1 is 8, and 8 minus 6 is 2. So the missing number is 2. A is the correct option. Question 44. In the diagram, O is the center of the circle. Find the value of S. This angle is angle at center and is equal to twice this angle at circumference. That is what you have here. It follows that 56 degrees is equal to 2 times 2s. You have this expression. To get s, divide both sides by 4 and s is equal to 14 degrees. D is the correct option. Alternatively, you can find angle QOR, that is this angle, using 56, sum of angles on a straight line. Now, OQ is equal to OR. That means this angle is equal to 2S as well. If you add all the angles in the isosceles triangle, the sum is 180 degrees. That will also give S as 14 degrees. Question 45. If the sum of the roots of the equation s minus p 2s plus 1 equal to 0 is 1, find the value of p. You simply get the roots by equating each term to 0. If you equate each term to 0 from the first linear equation, s is equal to p. That is one root. If you transfer plus 1 to the right hand side, it becomes minus 1. Divide through by 2 to get s as minus 1 over 2. From the question, the sum of the roots is 1. So you add the two roots, you equate it to 1. If you transfer this term to the right hand side, you have p equal to 1 plus 1 over 2. That simplifies to one whole number, 1 over 2. A is the correct option. Question 46. In the diagram, angle WOS equal to 60 degrees. Angle YOE equal to 50 degrees. And angle OSY equal to 30 degrees. What is the bearing of S from Y? You go to Y and get the bearing of S. But before that, the given diagram can be reconstructed by doing some adjustments in this form. So we insert the cardinal points at Y so that if this angle is 50 degrees, this angle is also 50 degrees. That is alternate angles. Now, we have a right angle triangle. Now, if here is 50, here is 60, these remaining angles become 70 degrees. So that if you add the four angles, that is includes this remaining part now, the sum is 180. The purpose is to get theta because the bearing is from this point to this point. That is 270 plus theta. That's the bearing of S from Y. The bearing of S from Y is 270 degrees plus theta. So from what I explained earlier, if you add all the angles in the triangle, the sum is 180 degrees. Before then, this angle is needed. Sum of angles on a straight line, that is what you have here. So from there, we need to get angle SOY. You replace the other angles with 60 degrees and 50 degrees. So angle SOY is equal to 180 degrees minus the sum of 60 and 50, that is 110 degrees, and you have 70 degrees. In triangle SOY, for us to get theta now, you add the four angles. This angle alone is two angles, so we have four angles in that triangle, and the sum is 180 degrees. When you add, you get this result. If you make theta the subject, you have 180 degrees minus 50 degrees equal to 30 degrees for theta. Therefore, the bearing of S from Y is 270 degrees plus theta, which is 30 degrees, and you have 300 degrees. A is the correct option. Question 47. In an athletics competition, the probability that an athlete wins 100-meter race is 1 over 8, and the probability that he wins a high jump is 1 over 4. What is the probability that he wins only one of the events? Solution: if he wins 100 meters race, he loses high jump, and vice versa, because he only wins one event from the question. So probability only one of the events is equal to probability win 100-meter race and lose high jump, or lose 100-meter race and win high jump. From the question, probability that he wins 100-meter race is 1 over 8. Then he loses 100-meter race is 1 minus he wins. That simplifies to 7 over 8. That of winning high jump, a probability is 1 over 4. Therefore, probability that he loses high jump is 1 minus he wins high jump. That simplifies to 3 over 4. Therefore, probability only one of the events become this. That is this part now. Wins 100-meter race, 1 over 8, times loses high jump, 3 over 4, plus loses 100-meter race, 7 over 8, times wins high jump, 1 over 4. That simplifies to this. First, you multiply. After addition of the like fractions, you have 10 over 32, which simplifies to 5 over 16. D is the correct option. Question 48. If s squared plus ks plus 16 over 9 is a perfect square, find the value of k. Solution: for a quadratic expression to be a perfect square, the product of the square roots of the first term and third term is equal to the second, is equal to twice the second or middle term. This is the given expression. So let us get the product of the square root of the first and third term. That is what you have here. Square root of s squared is s, and the square root of 16 over 9 is 4 over 3. You have the product in this form. Now, if you multiply this by 2, it gives the middle term. So now, the middle term is 8 over 3s. To get k, you equate this term to this term. By the time s cancel out, you have k to be equal to 9, k to be equal to 8 over 3. A is the correct option. Question 49. If s kilometers per hour is equal to y meters per second, find the value of y. Here, you simply convert these units to meter per second square. Now, this per hour means you can express this as s kilometer over 1 hour. You equate it to the right hand side. If you factor out s, you have it in this form. To express kilometer in meters, 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters in this form. Now, to express 1 hour in seconds, you have to convert it to minute first. That is 60. You convert minute to seconds, so you have 60 times 60. When you reduce, you have this result. If you multiply and reduce again, you have s times 5 meters over 18 seconds equal to y meters per second square. If you take seconds up, the power can be expressed in this form. The power become negative. So you have s to the power of -1. In other words, meters per second. The two units are now the same. Therefore, y is equal to 5/18s. D is the correct option. Question 50. The mean of the numbers 2, 5, 2s, and 7 is less than or equal to 5. Find the range of values of s. From the question, the mean is less than or equal to 5, and mean is sum of numbers over number of occurrence, and this expression is less than or equal to 5. You add all the numbers together, they appeared 4 times over 4, less than or equal to 5. Multiply through by 4. At the same time, simplify the numerator. You have this result. If you add 2 plus 5, that is 7 plus 7, 14, plus 2s in this form. 4 times 5 is 20. If you transfer 14 to the right hand side, you have this result. 2s is less than or equal to 6. Divide through by 2. S is less than or equal to 3. A is the correct option. Pythagoras simplified maths. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates, like and share PSM videos. If you are watching and viewing from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos.